Welcome, settle in, and allow the ancient, dust-covered paths of history to carry you into a peaceful slumber. We are tracing a route not made of asphalt and steel, but of sand, silk, and whispers. This journey, known to us now as the Silk Road, was not a single, paved highway. It was, in truth, a vast, intricate network of trade routes stretching across the heart of Asia. Our story begins not with bustling markets, but with a neat connection between two worlds that knew little of each other. The very first seeds of this legendary exchange were sown long ago, but the most famous epic, the Han Dynasty opening, is where the legend takes hold. Even the name, Silk Road, is a modern invention, coined in 1877 by the German geographer Ferdinand and von Richthofen. To those who traveled it, it was simply the road. Imagine a world without glass or paper, where all was done by hand. The desire for the exquisite, the exotic, and the utterly unique drove men and beasts across unimaginable distances. While the network carried countless goods, it was the sheer luxury and secrecy surrounding Chinese silk that gave the entire network its enduring name. The process of making it was a highly guarded secret for centuries. This early period was defined by small, brave steps. The earliest and most important official mission is often credited to a Chinese imperial envoy. The opening of the major trade corridor is often attributed to the journeys of the Han Dynasty envoy, Zhang Qian, who traveled west in the 2nd century BCE to seek alliances against the nomadic Xiongnu people. His lengthy journeys, though initially for military purposes, provided the Han court with the first reliable intelligence about the powerful kingdoms and lucrative resources of Central Asia and the West. He was the one who truly forged the initial link. From China, silk was paramount, but they also exported tea, porcelain, spices, paper, and gunpowder much later, of course. The route was dangerous, segmented into many smaller legs, where goods changed hands multiple times. Rarely did a merchant travel the entire 4,000 miles. The Silk Road operated mostly as a relay trade system, where goods passed from one intermediary merchant to another, marking up the price with each exchange. Let your mind drift to the distant sounds of hooves and the low, rhythmic tolling of camel bells. The West, equally, had treasures that the East deeply desired. It was a true, balanced exchange, fueling innovation and culture on both sides. The Romans and other Western empires supplied the East with glassware, wool, gold, silver, horses, and highly valued grapes for winemaking. The Romans, in particular, became utterly obsessed with the soft, flowing luxury of silk. It was a status symbol, a scandal, and a crippling expense all at once. At the height of the Roman craze for silk, the trade deficit was so massive that the Roman scholar Pliny the Elder famously lamented that the empire's gold was being drained away to the east in exchange for gauze. As this vast network developed, it wasn't just physical objects that moved across the landscape. The most profound exchange was often invisible, carried in the minds and hearts of the travelers themselves. Perhaps the most significant cargo carried westward was Buddhism. It traveled along the Silk Road from India, spreading into China and much of East Asia through the route's many oasis towns. Imagine the stories told around a campfire, the recipes shared, the designs copied, the words learned. The Silk Road was less a trade route and more a global transmission belt for civilization itself. Critical to the road's function were the series of oasis towns like Samarkand, Kashgar, and Palmyra, which acted as essential refueling and trading hubs, supplying water and security along the harsh desert stretches. As we drift into the next segment, we will delve deeper into the types of currency used and the people who risked their lives to be a part of this sprawling human endeavor. For now, let the slow pace of the caravan be your guide. And find your peace on the silent echoes of the Silk Road.